On our entertainment segment, we usually spotlight local performances happening in and around Saratoga, but today we're bringing you a very special treat. Back in June, we went backstage to meet two of the actors in Saratoga Drama Group's production of Thoroughly Modern Millie, performed at the Saratoga Civic Theater. The Saratoga Drama Group originally formed in 1963 under the auspices of the Saratoga Federated Church. Now, early productions were staged at the church's Richards Hall, but by 1966, audience had grown so large, the drama group began presenting its productions at the Saratoga Council Chambers, changing the name of the building to the Saratoga Civic Theater. Just 6 years after its founding, the drama group reached big business status and in 1969 incorporated under the name Saratoga Drama Group. Over the years, Saratoga Drama Group has premiered several productions in the Bay Area. Their impressive list of Bay Area debuts includes MAME in 1969, Hello Dolly in 1971, On the 20th Century in 1982, State Fair in 1999, and The Goodbye Girl in 2000. This year's season included Bye Bye Birdie, She Loves Me, and Thoroughly Modern Millie, which is based on the 1967 Oscar-winning film of the same name. Now, Thoroughly Modern Millie is a story about Millie, a young girl from Kansas who comes to New York in search of a new life for herself in the Roaring Twenties. Millie has a plan to get a good job as a secretary for a very rich man and then marry him. My, but how things have changed. So I'm sitting with Gary Dahm, who is the producer of Thoroughly Modern Millie. And Gary, thank you so much for letting us into the theater before the show even begins. The actors are just now arriving. This is really a thrill.
Great, thank you.
And what does it take to put a musical on? This is a big production with a lot of people.
To put on a production, it starts a year in advance. The board of directors selects the show, selects the producer, and the producer is pretty much does everything from securing the rights, the royalties for the show, booking rehearsal space, arranging auditions, working with the director and the choreographer to cast the show, publicity, hiring all the artistic staff, all the volunteers, because most everybody here except for the artistic staff is all purely volunteers. So in this production we have over 75 volunteers.
So it takes a lot more than people might realize. When they come to a finished, polished production, what they see is what you're presenting, but it's difficult to know just what goes on behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
Now, what about you? You've been a performer?
I have. I've been on stage about 6 times. On stage here at Saratoga Drama.
And have you worked backstage? And
I have done lights. I've done stage crew. I'm the publicity manager for the group. I'm on the board of directors. I've probably much done every role here.
Well, I'm really looking forward to watching tonight, and thank you again for letting us into the theater so early.
Thank you.
Appearing this spring in Saratoga Drama Group's production of Thoroughly Modern Millie are 2 actors who between them have 93 years of experience in showbiz, over 150 productions, and hundreds of performances under their belt. We've got Bobby Gerardo and Norma Hughes. And we're on the stage of Thoroughly Modern Millie. And Bobby, let's start with you.
Okay.
When did you start in the theater?
About 1972-73.
And was it here in the Bay Area?
It was with San Jose Children's Musical Theater.
My goodness, we go, and that's still existing today.
It still exists today, yeah.
So, do you remember what your first production was?
It was George M.
George M.
George M.
Do you have a favorite role from that time in your life?
Yeah, Will Parker from Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
That's a favorite for a lot of people.
It's a great show.
Now, when you first started, how did you find out about the theater? How did you find out you loved to do this?
Well, as I understand it anyway, one of the kids down the street's mother talked to my mother about SJCMT. And I think she used it as a babysitter, you know, get us out of the house, that kind of stuff. And it's been great. My sister and I both worked with SJCMT, and it's been great.
So you grew up in the theater, and then you went back and worked for them.
Yes.
And now you have continued performing in your adult life. Were you always here in the Bay Area?
No, I moved down to LA for a little while, worked for Disney for a couple of years.
And so you were performing there as
Yes,
well?
I was, yes.
And what brought you back here?
I thought that I needed to get a real life, you know, and I thought I'd better go back to school, got my degree, I started working in the real workforce, and then I liked theater as an escapism. You know, it's for the, work is too stressful, you need an outlet.
Well,
And,
in the real life, what do you do?
I'm a meeting planner.
A meeting planner by day and
Yes.
a performer at night.
That's so true.
Well, Bobby, we appreciate your time.
Oh,
Thank
my
you.
pleasure, thank you.
Now, next up, we have Norma Hughes. And Norma, I understand that this is a big show for you.
It is. And I've gotten lots of attention because of it, and I love it.
And what is the big occasion?
This is my 100th production that I've performed in. I've done a lot of other theater jobs too, but this is my 100th that I've performed.
We talked about MAME a little earlier, and I understand you were actually in that production of MAME.
Yes, yes I was. It was about 5 years ago.
That's going, oh no, this was the original production?
Oh, I was Gooch.
So you were in the original production, and then again when they did it all these years later.
Yeah, and then I was Mame.
My goodness, so your progression from sort of being a little more in the background to being front and center has taken place over the years.
Mm-hmm.
And do you have a favorite role?
Oh, the next one.
The next one is your favorite role. And so all these years later, do you still get nervous when you walk on stage?
I do. I didn't used to get as nervous as I get now. I get more nervous as I get older because my short-term memory is not as strong as it used to be.
Worried about remembering lines?
Yes, I do.
And you're a part in tonight's production of Thoroughly Modern Millie. You're playing Mrs. Mears?
Yes, it's a great part. It's really neat.
And you've got fantastic costumes.
Yes, I do. I have several of them.
Well,
this is just one.
I'm looking forward to seeing this show tonight.
thank
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Today, the Saratoga Drama Group continues to perform at Saratoga Civic Theater, staging a varied mix of innovative newer shows as well as well-known favorites. 3 high-caliber musicals are performed every year, and sellout audiences are common. Well, it's almost time for the curtain to go up, so I'm going to go in, find my seat, and thoroughly enjoy Thoroughly Modern Millie. And enjoy it I did. The Saratoga Drama Group has just announced its 2007-2008 season. They will be staging Beauty and the Beast, 1940s Radio Hour, and Man of La Mancha. For more information on the Saratoga Drama Group, please visit their website at www.saratogadramagroup.com. I look forward to seeing you at their next show.